Mediation, let's tell folks how low cost it could be.
Okay.
With mediation, say combined with our service, where let's say we do legal document preparation, we do the paperwork for them, and we take care of all of going to court and filing and serving and all that,
Right.
but they need help with agreements.
Okay.
So we can kind of work cohesively together, our two companies. I would say we get the case filed, get things started, get their financial stuff out in the open, get
Right.
that stuff done, and then generally, is that a good time for them to start the mediation process?
Yes. So the way that I work it, and I've done a lot of research, and I've talked to a lot of mediation firms, and I've worked with, I've gone through lots of pretty intense trainings. I continue to go and learn new things. The field is just expanding very quickly. And I talk to everybody that I can about, well, how do you set up your process, and how do you have your fee? And most attorneys, they do it the way attorneys do
Right.
it, and it's pretty uniform, and that's how they do it. Non-attorney mediators have a bit of a different, and we can be more flexible, and we can decide we're going away from the attorney setup as far as fees. My initial consultation is free. Call me on the phone and ask me as many questions as you want. I'm not going to charge you for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take 30 to 60 minutes with you and explain the process, let you ask as many questions as you want. I'll send out a packet before that you can read through and ask any questions you want about that, the mediation agreement, what it all entails. And then after that, it's $150 per hour per party for each session. And they usually last each session we max out at 3 hours. I find that after 3 hours, people just don't want to think anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's about the maximum. And I know I have heard about marathon mediation sessions that go all day long, and people are just dead. They can't think anymore, they don't want to talk anymore, they don't want to try to come to any kind of agreement anymore, and there's not a whole lot of progress made. So I've decided that 3-hour chunks, if it's a simple mediation and the partners have talked extensively before they even come in, a 3-hour session is probably all they need.
And they may be mediating every part of their
Exactly.
or maybe just a single issue.
Exactly.
Right?
So many times I've had attorneys that don't want to deal with the emotional parts of mediation where children are involved. They ask me to step in and do the parenting plans because that's something that they're not comfortable with. They don't like the wife crying. They don't want to, hear about all the trauma. And they say, hey, Lisa is a mediator and she's going to help you out with the parenting plan, and hopefully the two of you can figure something out as far as the kids are concerned.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can come back and we can talk about your money,
So what is the math on that? You said $150 an hour per party per
So what
session.
is that? So it's like $300 if you go the 3 sessions, so it's $900 for that session.
For 3 hours.
For 3 hours.
Okay.
If it's an extensive mediation to where they haven't even thought about anything, they're just starting the process, sometimes it will take 2 or 3 sessions to get through all of what they need to come up with.
Just depends on how much they have.
But and there's no hidden cost. They're not going to get a bill, and I usually ask them to pay that before the mediation, depending. And if it goes shorter, then I refund them. I say, okay, I think this is probably going to be a 2-hour session.
Yeah.
And we knock it out at an hour and a half. Then I refund that amount.
Sure.
There are no hidden costs. And as far as the filing, this is why I think our two companies is such a great partnership, because as a non-attorney mediator, I don't have the legal background. I'm not allowed. It's illegal for me to drop any kind of legal documents.
Same with us.
So I...
Oh, draft legal documents.
Right.
Okay, I thought you said give legal advice.
No. No legal advice.
Yeah.
And I always say, you know what? It's probably a good idea.
We draft legal documents.
Yes, I was going to say that's what you do, but no legal advice.
Right.
And attorney mediators shouldn't be doing that anyway. But as a non-attorney, it's easy for me because I don't do the law. That's not what I do.
Right.
So that's where I say, but I have this great company that will get everything together that needs to be filed, and your costs are also extremely low.